The weather this time of year in the South, perfect. Fall football weather. And we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7, as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the Atlanta Falcons. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. On the ground, it's the rookie out of Florida. Across midfield. And he'll take this down the 40-yard line. 36 yards on the play.
Well, they didn't do a lot there to fool anyone. They just came right out and ran the football, but with great success, and that's the way you want to get things started. A nice quick opener for a big game.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10, right at the 40.
Set.
Herbert off of play action. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. You talk about this Falcon defense. Coming into this one ranked number 19 in the NFL against the pass.
They spent the week at practice, and we know our rating's not that great. And we know we're facing the number 1 passing team in the league. But there are some things that we can do to give ourselves a chance in this game.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Set.
One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. Touchdown, Detroit. A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions march right down the field in 3 plays to claim the early advantage.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone. I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass. Let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground. And he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Santos able to tack on the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Santos set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together. Throwing to start the drive. Leonard will get this complete to Worthy. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
A 7-yard pickup.
We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given earlier.
This defense for the Lions, they were strong last week, CD, and that win over New England.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball? Or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright?
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Yeah, he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. The Falcons send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. This is taken at the 15. Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return. And the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 47. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 40.
Here now, 2nd and 4. Herbert now. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
You talk about this Falcon defense. Now they come into play number 12 in the NFL against the run.
And that play right there shows exactly why they're so good against the run. Held the line of scrimmage, held the point of attack, and stuffed him for no gain.
And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
But it looked like a march to the end zone. He's hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Herbert throwing again. Now he's going to step up and run. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. 3rd down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out, but his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line. 92 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Now it's Herbert. Quick hitter here. It's complete. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Out of bounds down at the 9-yard line. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Now 2nd and 9.
Set. Ready.
Back to throw here, Herbert. Touchdown! A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced to punt to get the ball back, and they've played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35.
36-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all, and if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and that will bring up second down.
60 Bobcat! 60 Bobcat! Ready! Go!
Operating from the gun. Leonard drops into blue. Complete. 7 yards there and a first down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Lions are going to get it back here just past the 35.
At their own 36-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Here's Herbert. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Abdul Carter. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Here's Herbert. That's caught. It's Dante Thornton. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or 2 short, and it's 4th down.
But it leads to 4th down.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Lions with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. As they've got it, looking at a 4th down and 2. And the first play will be a field goal try. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. Santos' kick is up and through. And that will extend their lead even further. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you got
to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, Falcons. Jaden Blue, 72 yards. And the Falcons are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point attempt to follow here. And it's 17-7.
It's the score, Lions 17, Falcons 7. Joshua Carter.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Now they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Set. 12. Ready.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. Completes this one to Thornton. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
And the Lions first down. An 8-yard pickup. First down, Lions.
Ready. Run. Set.
Herbert. They'll let this go for the end zone. And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go up the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
2nd and 10. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Warren. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
3rd and 2. To the air again, Herbert. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Yeah, he is going to have a Lions first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Play action. It's Herbert. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Then their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Now a 2nd and 10. They'll try the middle with Montgomery. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line.
Can we just take that run and turn it into a kind of a clip and save? Because that tells you everything you need to know about this drive. They've been moving the ball awfully well.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. He'll send the big tight end in motion right. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Got his man. It's Warren. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get a head of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. 2nd and 6. Operating from the gun. Herbert. Over the middle, complete. That's Warren. And the Lions are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Set. Ready.
Montgomery will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Once more Montgomery pushing for the end zone, but he's not going to get there. They stop him just shy of the goal line. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. So it's 3rd and goal, and now the question, can this Falcon defense stand tall once more? They'll run forward Montgomery. Oh, Montgomery just unable to twist free as they hit him short of the line to gain. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. They snap it to Herbert. And in for the Lions, touchdown. A great effort there. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Lions take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal. Santos with the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes it's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Now a 2nd and 6. They go again with Blue. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 99 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
First down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
First and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. They'll run up the middle here with Bloom. They'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. Second down.
44-yard line.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Now 2nd and 5. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
22-yard line.
Here we go, set. Head to 60. Head to go.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas. They're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
We gotta switch it up.
Let's go.
Looking to throw. Leonard. That's to his tight end all. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
At the 11-yard line.
Got it. Ready?
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Ready. Grapple.
Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. Oh, he's brought down, and remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick.
2nd and 5 at the 6-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter.
Here we go. Hurt. 60 Bison, 60 Bison. 79 Broncos. Ready.
The final shot before break. Leonard. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It'll be Falcons football, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
Their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
A throw left side, hauled in by Hamlin. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Head to 60. Head to go.
On first down, it's Blue. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Mustang 19. Cougar 19.
They'll try and run again with Blue. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
19, trap 60, trap 60. Go.
Back to throw. Leonard. And incomplete on the deep ball.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
The Falcons send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Looking to throw. Herbert. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he'll just get rid of it.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Out of the gun, Herbert. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Intercepted. The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Toss play to the right to Blue. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Jaden Blue with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Falcons take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points.
Falcons 14. Joshua Carty to kick off.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down it goes. It's Gervon Dexter who got in to drop him. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. From the gun, they'll try to run it. Room here to run. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 114 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that. The nickel look, 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then, you take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
A shotgun snap for Herbert. That's caught right side. It's Warren. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 34.
Lion.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And not much running room. Down to the 32. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going. And then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Pass right side caught by Thornton. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Campo. Hey, go Lion. Go.
From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down. He'll try and do this himself. And Herbert going to slide to his stop, and he has a 1st down. And that gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
It certainly appears that he's been able to get a read on how they wanted to contain him in this game. He's seen some places where he can beat them in big spots, and right there, he slides in with ease for the 1st down.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And a lot of being a defender is being able to learn what you can and can't get away with when in man coverage. In this case, he got away with it and helped pop that ball free.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Herbert. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Lions will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Now the point after try for Santos. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17.
31. Falcons 14.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27. Looking to throw. Leonard. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 15. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. A tough spot here, 3rd and 15. Between the tackles. And he will find his way forward to about the 23-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The Falcons send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the 4th quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
Hands it off out of the gun.
They find some open field here. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
146 yards rushing for him now as his fine rookie season continues. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era. We think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll run with Montgomery. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3.
Hat tip to that offensive line. They're clearing some holes, even down here deep in the red zone. And that's a nice pickup on the ground on 1st and goal.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Set. Go. He'll try again. And once again, this defense very stout. They stop him for no gain for the 2nd straight play.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Lions are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Santos able to tack on the extra point. And the lead is now 24. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And a very solid return out across the 45-yard line before going out of bounds.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Back to throw. Leonard. That's complete. Lambert Smith. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5.
19, Tiger, 19, hurt.
Now a shotgun handoff. Blue. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
No gain on the play. It's 4th down.
Set. Steady.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons.
And Xavier Worthy.
48 yards.
And the Falcons' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
And right about now, heck, they might be wishing they did not have a bye week coming up next week. It appears they're going to go into that week off in high spirits as they've got this one well in hand.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49.
It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a 1st down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. And they'll come up 2nd and 7.
Hey, Ray. Set. 380. 380.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he's going to be met at about the 43.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
This now a 3rd and 4.
Set. 380. Crowd right. Ready.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he is going to have a Lions first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be